Hi, I'm Greene, coordinator of the book sale. Thank you for taking the time to view this Pricer training video. If you are more comfortable with in-person training, the schedule for classes is on this web page. You will also find on this page an instruction sheet to go along with the video. Do print out a copy and follow along as I lead you through what you'll need to know. First, a couple general rules. Do not park in the parking lot. Park on the street. Arrive 10 to 20 minutes early for your shift and check in with the shift supervisor. Do your own shopping when you're not on duty. And as a volunteer, help yourself to the goodies in the break room. And of course, if you'd like to bring some of your homemade goodies in, that would be very welcome. When the customer comes to your table, the very first thing you're going to ask is, did you get anything from Children's Corner? Always ask that, the very first thing. Then you're going to divide, once you get those separated, then you're going to divide the purchases into 3 categories, A, B, and C. If you have been trained as a pricer before, then you'll notice that we have 3 categories instead of 4. All we've done is merge the 2 middle categories, B and C, into one, B. What goes into the various categories is the same, it's just that the 2 middle ones are now joined. So, we have 3 categories, A, B, and C, and we're going to take a look at what is in the A category. First off, we have hardcover books. Obvious, easy. The next group is trade paperbacks. Now, trade paperbacks are different from mass market by width. You see, this is skinnier than this one. And they fit in the measuring box that you're going to have at your station. Mass markets are not A's, they're B's. So, we have a mass market book, has a square binding. Digital media are all category A, and that includes books on CD, music on CD, all DVDs, whether they're children's or adults, all DVDs are category A, and computer games. Sometimes they look like a CD, so look closely at these. Other times they'll look like cassettes, kind of. But if it's a computer game, it's a category A. Sometimes items will come in sets. They may be boxed, they may be rubber banded. Look for a category sticker that the category sorter has put on it, telling you how many of a category you should charge, you should put on your sheet. This one in particular is DVDs, 4 of them, 2 category A. Now these stickers will be on the front, on the side, and on the back. So do look for them and tally them accordingly. Graphic novels are category A, as well as books of music with square bindings. The binding is very important, square versus stapled. So this happens to be a book of music, but it is a book, and it has a square binding. It is a category A. Other bindings in the category A category are spiral. It doesn't matter if they're plastic or metal. If it has a spiral binding, it's not stapled, category A. Other category A items are adult games, ages 8 and up, usually says right on the box, and adult puzzles, which have usually more than 500 pieces, but the art is adult-like. One exception to the digital media category A is vinyl in boxed sets. These are records. but it's in a box. It's in a box set, not a single album. Box set, category A. The other thing that looks like that we get are laser discs, very few. But if they're in a boxed set, it will be category A. One exception to this, the only exception to the staple rule, are these big atlases. Yes, it's stapled on the side, but these are huge atlases. We have smaller ones, they're in category C. This is a big atlas and it is a category A. And then one last thing we have is strange stuff. This is photo paper. It will be marked category A. It's a box of, I should show you the side. It's a box of photo paper. So there will be miscellaneous items like these. Look for the sticker. Okay, that's category A. Now we get to category B. Category B, this is the one that has combined B and C from the past. What you get the most of are mass market paperbacks. Whether they're short or long, it doesn't matter. If they fit in the box, it's a mass market, it's a category B. Tiny books are also category B. They fit in the box, so it's easy. If it fits in the box, it's a B. Whether, in the case of tiny books, whether they're hardcover or this is a vinyl kind of a one, and then there's a couple kinds of paperbacks, doesn't matter. If it fits in the box, it's a B. Packs of cards, whether they're flashcards, children's cards, regular decks of cards, all B's. These are kind of cards. It's a brain quest game. For media, we have vinyl records, single vinyl records. There are some that come with 2 records. Those are still not boxed, so they're not A's. These are B's, single vinyl. And then along those lines, we have single laser disc. Same thing, even though it's digital, we get so few of them, but here they are in case it comes through. Those are B's. The other big item in this category is children's hardcover books. Here's one example. Mickey is hardcover book from the Children's Corner. Don't forget, the first question you're going to ask, did you get anything from Children's? Pop-up books. Are B's. This is a book, but it has a CD. It's a paperback book, which will normally be a C, but it has a CD in it, so it's going to be a B. Another exception to the digital media, even though it's pretty much the same, is children's CDs of songs and read-aloud books. If it comes out of children, these will be had from the Children's Corner. So if it comes out of children's, then it's a B. Just a reminder, DVDs, all DVDs, children's or adults, are A's. And then the last item in this category are children's games. 8 and above are adult, under 8 are children's. And then children's puzzles, which are usually small, don't have that many pieces, and the art is for children. End of the B's. Now we're moving on to the C's. Old-fashioned media, stuff on tape, are C's. And that includes cassettes, VHS tapes, and books on cassette. So, new media, A's, old media, C's. Another big element in this category is children's paperbacks. It does not matter what the size of it. This is a Harry Potter, it's bigger. There's some even bigger than this. And this is just a regular children's floppy book. They're paperback, They're both category C. Golden books, category C. These are board books, eminently chewable, category C. And this book is a paperback, easy peasy, but if you feel it, it's got some media in it. But this is old style media, a record, so it's going to be a C. And here's another, it's a book, but it has a cassette with it, category C. For adults, there's a number of items in here. Maps and atlases. Note, small atlas, not the big one, that's an A. Stapled spine, these are C's. And individual maps are also C's. Comic books, staple, category C. Not a graphic novel, this is a comic book, that's category C. Sewing patterns, how-to directions, which are just folded. This one happens to be crocheting. It's a simple, it's a C. Here's some music. We had a book of music. This is a book of music, but it is stapled, and so it is a C. All calendars, whether they're monthly, like this one, new or old, weekly ones, no matter what, are all category C. Magazines and periodicals, easy. If it has a date on it, it's a C. This happens to be a gardening magazine. Whether it says a month or a season, this one says spring, something 94, it's a C. Now here's American Heritage, hardcover, however, has a date on it, February of 77, that's why it's in this training. It's a C. Any questions, always ask. Okay, and the last thing we have are cards. This one's a little different. For bookmarks, sports cards, postcards, Pokemon cards, greeting cards. Those single items are all 10 for 1 category C. 10 for 1. So if it's not busy and the customer has like 8 of them, and you can tell that person, you know, you can have 2 more for the same price, and if they want to go back. But if it's very busy, please, just take them, mark it up. 10 for 1. 10 of these single items for 1 category C. Packs of cards. This is a book of postcards. It's usually labeled 1 category C, but just so you know, these are not single cards. I don't care if it has 2 in it or 50 in it. If it's a book like this, it's 1 category C. Same thing goes for boxed greeting cards. Whether it has 3 or 20, doesn't matter. If it's in a box, it's 1 category C. Sports cards, same idea. And then there are some strange things. This is a greeting card, but it's very fancy. It's all puffy and stuff. So, and it will have a label on it. It will have a label on it of 1 category C. And here's another, here's a fancy bookmark. It's a bookmark, but it's a butterfly. So, 1 category C for this. Again, it should be labeled. And the last thing in our category C's are posters. Size doesn't matter. Poster, 1 category C. Okay, so you're gonna have your stacks of stuff in the various 3 categories. Count them and put however many A's. You're going to have a tally sheet. They're obviously smaller than this. And how many A's, how many B's, how many C's. And just write it here. Now, if you have to, if someone has a very large order or separated into 3 boxes or something and you want to count 1, use the back of the cashier tally. Do not write anything on the front of this except your numbers in the slots. Okay? Okay, so you're going to go A, B, C. Now, taxable. 99% of your transactions are going to be taxable. Someone presents you with a blue card that we issue. It has a little number on it that authorizes their non-tax. You'll use this side of your tally sheet for your A, B, and C, and you will write the number in from this card. You will write the number in right there. Okay. Non-taxable, taxable. We sell t-shirts, small bags, large bags, the number of that they're buying, how many. This information is just for your information. You don't put the money, you put the number that they're buying. Now, here comes the exception. Quilt drawing tickets. They're $1 each or 6 for $5. And I encourage you to point out the quilt to the customers. Say, isn't it beautiful? Wouldn't you like to buy a chance on it? And if they say yes, then you put the dollars here. You see this dollar sign? You put the dollar sign on quilt tickets because they're 6 for $5. So if they get 1, that's easy. You put a 1 there. If they get 2, etc. But if they get 6 for $5, you're going to put a 5 in this block. How many dollars? So you're telling the cashier how many dollars to charge. Okay? So that is the only anomaly there. That's pretty much it. Let me finish up here. Make sure I have all my... If you have any kind of a problem, whether it's with pricing or a customer is giving you a hard time, call the shift supervisor over immediately. She'll be there right when you ask. And frequently there's more than one working. So just call for help right away. If you get any unwanted items, the customer says, oh, I'm not going to get this after all. Just say thank you, we'll reshelve it, and then you put it on the shelf under your table, and a floater will come by and pick up your rejects. And, if you need a break, tell the shift supervisor. If it's busy, she'll find a substitute. If it's not busy, it's fine to just come back after you've had your break. But make sure you let her know, please. And before leaving, consider signing up for more shifts. We always need more people. So, now that you're familiar with Pricer Responsibilities, click on the link toward the bottom of this web page and sign up for as many sales shifts as you can. If you're part of a service group with your shift already assigned, then we thank you very much for your help. But you are welcome to sign up for more. So, come early, don't park in the lot, and have fun. Thanks for watching.